Mogul Motivation, educating and empowering entrepreneurs 1 week at a time. Presented by True Stories Media. And I am your host, Antoine Twiz Taylor. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. I'm happy that you are here. If this is your first time listening, this podcast is for the aspiring entrepreneur who is trying to get over that hump and make things happen. This podcast is for anybody with a dream that wants to aspire and accomplish that dream. So even if you're not an entrepreneur, by listening to this podcast, I hope that you can train your mind to think like an entrepreneur in all situations and any career that you choose to go forward in. I don't ask for any money. I produce this podcast out of pure passion. I only ask for two things. Number one, can you please leave a review? Let me know what you love about the content. Let me know what you would like to hear in the content going forward. And number two, please pass it on to somebody in your network, somebody who may benefit from it just the same as you benefit from this podcast. That is all I ask for. Please just do those two things for me because they are very crucial to the Mogul Motivation brand and growing the movement. A couple weeks ago, I had an episode titled The First Trillionaire, and in that episode, I basically talked about how we should always aim to do something that has never been done before in our businesses and our careers. There has never been a trillionaire on earth so far yet, so therefore we should aim to be the first trillionaire, not out of greed, but out of aspiration, out of ambition. We should always strive to do something better because what happens is when you aim high, even if you don't reach the exact goal that you was aiming for, you're still gonna land at a spot that is far greater and far higher than you can ever imagine. That's why I said we should always aim to be the first trillionaire, because even if we don't reach $1 trillion, I bet you we're going to still land at $1 billion or $1 million, which is more than the average person can conceive, the average person can achieve. So that's what I talked about a couple weeks ago in that episode, and I want to expand on that thought this week's episode, because you see, we always have to try to make history. We always have to try to do something that has never been done. That is our goal. Humans are very intelligent. Humans are very ambitious. Humans are very smart. Humans have created many things. We created the Great Pyramids of Giza. We've created skyscrapers. We've created entire cities. We have created airplanes. We have created space shuttles, spacecrafts. We have created many things. All this technology in the world over the past 4 centuries has evolved so greatly. Is amazing, and is going to continue to evolve. But the one thing humans can't create, no matter how intelligent we are, no matter how great we are, the one thing we can't create is nature. There has yet to be a human on this earth that can create a mountain. Yes, we can create skyscrapers, we can create big buildings, but we can't create a mountain. You have never seen a human that has had the ability, the intellect to create a mountain, ladies and gentlemen, let alone a mountain range. The only thing that can create a mountain, regardless of what your belief is God. You may call him God, you may call him Jehovah, you may call him Allah. It doesn't matter what you call him, but the Most High is the only being in the entire universe that can create a mountain. And I use this metaphor because although it's true, no one can create a mountain. I'm using this metaphor to basically say, whenever you have a dream to build a business, to start a career, to go after something that may seem impossible, you don't get that dream out of nowhere. That dream comes from the Most High. It comes from God. It comes from Allah. It comes from whatever your religion is. That's where that dream has came from. That's where that seed has come from. It's been planted in your subconscious mind, and over the years, it has moved to the forefront of your conscious mind. No human has ever created a mountain. That is a fact, but I'm using it as a metaphor to say that whenever you have MountainTop Missions planted in your spirit, it's for a reason. It's no coincidence that you have that seed, that you have this thought, you have this notion to do something so grand, something of so much magnitude that it may seem impossible. That's not a coincidence. And have you ever thought that the reason your business has stalled so long, the reason why you haven't moved forward in your career is because you continue to minimize your mountaintop mission? Have you ever thought about that? Because I have. I truly believe that's one reason why my business has not elevated to the level that it can elevate to, because for so many years, I've minimized my mission. I've thought on a smaller scale. Instead of looking at the big picture, I looked at the small frame. Although the big picture was always in the back of my head. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you today, right now, whatever you are doing, whatever your business is, whatever your career is, no matter what stage you are at in your journey, think big. Do not ignore those big plans in the back of your head. Do not ignore that mountaintop mission. You have it for a reason, because the Most High put it there, because the Most High has chosen you to do it. You have been the one out of the billions of people on this earth to do it. That's why you have that dream. That's why you have that idea. And that's why you have to continue to work at it and bring it to fruition. I don't care what the odds are against you. I don't care what your credentials are. I don't care what you haven't done or what you need to do. The reality is, if you can conceive it, you can achieve it. You know that old cliche saying, it's the truth. And a lot of us ignore those mountaintop missions. We ignore those mountaintop missions for so long that eventually our businesses fold, or they stay stagnant, they plateau. Or we end up working years and years at a job or a career that we never really cared for, and we never pursued our true passion. So we commit spiritual suicide. We commit ambitious aspiration suicide, because all of that stuff is going to waste. All of it. We can't continue to do this. We have to stop right now. And today, we have to focus on those mountaintop missions. It might seem so huge right now. We might not know how we're going to climb this mountain, how we're going to get to the top. But guess what? We have to plan it out bit by bit, step by step. Do what you can. Continue to meditate on it. Continue to pray on it. And continue to be positive every single day. And don't tell everybody about your mountaintop mission. You have to be very careful who you tell these things to, because everybody isn't worthy of knowing what your mission truly is in life. You can tell them the surface level of things, but don't get into details with too many people. There's very few people on this earth you can trust. And some of them might not be your family. Some of them might be people you never met before on social media. But nevertheless, it's going to be people in your corner that believe in you. It's going to be people that believe in you. And over time, as you continue to work and as you continue to build a resume and a track record, that number is going to grow. More people are going to be in your corner. More people are going to see your greatness. More people are going to believe in you. Continue to focus on your mountaintop mission. Don't tell your mission to all of these irrelevant, miserable people, because they're going to try to dissuade you. They're going to try to discourage you. They're going to try to tell you can't do that. It's impossible. It ain't never been done before, so what makes you think you can do it? That's what they're going to tell you. And that's the last thing you need on this journey, because entrepreneurship is hard as it is. Trying to advance in your career is hard as it is. The last thing you need is more friction, especially when you can avoid that friction. Because the hate is always going to be there. But as long as you don't see it, as long as you don't feel it, and as long as you don't hear it, it don't matter. What matters is the work. What matters is the journey ahead of you. Mountaintop missions, ladies and gentlemen, they're no coincidence. They're there for a reason. And we have to follow those missions. We have to follow the orders. We have to do what was planted in our minds to do, no matter how long it may take. So if you just started a business this week, last month, last year, doesn't matter. Whenever you started your business, think big. Don't minimize it. Don't keep it at a ceiling. That's the whole purpose of starting your business anyway. So that not only can you have the freedom, but you can create something gigantic, something with your legacy on it. Don't minimize your dreams. You might not have the funding right now. You might not have all of the knowledge. You might not have all the pieces to the puzzle together right now, but don't minimize it. Keep all of that in perspective. Put that mountaintop on your vision board or on your goal map at the very top. And then bit by bit, you're going to figure out the steps to get there. And don't focus on the years. It might take 3 years. It might take 5 years. It might take 10 years. It might take 20 years. But nevertheless, never lose sight of that mission. LeBron James just opened up a school. He just revealed that this week, the I Promise School in Akron, Ohio. LeBron James is one of the greatest basketball players on earth. He's going to be the next great basketball business mogul on earth. He had a vision. Yes, anybody can open up a school. Yeah, in theory. You know, we have a lot of celebrities, a lot of athletes with money that can technically do the same thing, but they didn't have the vision. They didn't have that mountaintop mission that LeBron had. You could tell he had that in his heart for a long time, because that just don't drop out of the sky. We have to salute LeBron James, regardless of what we may think about him on the court. Off the court, the man had a mission. The Most High gave him that seed, and it grew and it grew. And when he had the means and the ability to do it, he made it happen. So let's continue to work. Let's continue to imagine reality and stop minimizing your mountaintop. Stop minimizing your mountain range. You're called to do a great thing. That's why you started your business. That's why you pursued your career. So let's make it happen. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. I'll talk to you next week.